Here's 5 underplayed red cards that you should play to make your commander games more fun. First up, we've got Seize the Spotlight, and for 2 in a red, you get a sorcery that says each opponent chooses Fame or Fortune. For each player who chose Fame, gain control of a creature that player controls until end of turn, untap those creatures, and they gain haste until end of turn, and for each player who chose Fortune, you draw a card and create a treasure token. You're getting so much value either way with this card, and it really makes your opponents think whether they value to have card advantage and mana advantage, or they lose a creature for the turn. Especially if you have a way to sacrifice a creature, or getting through with combat damage, or having them die in combat damage. Because if they die, did you really lose anything at all? Next up, we've got Mind Moil, and for 4 in a red, you get an enchantment that says whenever you play a spell, put the cards in your hand on the bottom of your library in any order, then draw that many cards. Now, this is not a card you want to run in every deck, but if you're in mono red and you're struggling to find your win cons, this is a great option. Next up, we have Ensnared by the Mara, and for 2 and 2 red, you get a sorcery that says each opponent faces a villainous choice. They exile cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card, then you may cast that card for free, or that player exiles the top 4 cards of their library, and Ensnared by the Mara deals damage equal to the total mana value of those exiled cards to that player. This is another card that is very luck-based, but played in the right deck can do some insane damage. Notably as well, the cards that are exiled from the first option stay in exile. They're not getting those back. Does one of your opponents have a threatening creature in play and you don't want it to get worse? Brand of Ill Omen is a 4-mana aura enchantment with cumulative upkeep red, with target creature's controller cannot cast creature spells. If the player's not running any enchantment removal, this really does kind of just encourage them to kill their own creature. Plus, with the cumulative upkeep cost starting out so low, you should be able to get this going for at least a few turns. Next, I want to give an honorable mention to Flame Blitz, which is the ultimate Planeswalker killer. For 1 red mana, you get an enchantment that says at the beginning of your end step, Flame Blitz deals 5 damage to every Planeswalker. The only reason this is an honorable mention and not in the main list is because usually people don't run enough Planeswalkers to want to play this card in every deck. But we all know that guy who runs a Super Friends deck, and this just completely shuts that down. Also, if you want to run it just to be safe, it does have cycling. Finally, I want to talk about Lacolith Rig, which is another aura enchantment for 1 red that says, whenever enchanted creature becomes blocked, you may have it deal damage equal to its power to any other target creature. If you do, enchanted creature deals no combat damage this turn. Old card, kind of weird wording, but essentially what it means is, you pick where the creature hits if they block. If you're swinging a 20/20 at an opponent, and they block with a 1/1, you can send that 20/20 to a different creature on a completely different opponent's board. Why is this only a 20-cent card? Drop a comment if there's any other red cards you think are underplayed in Commander, and make sure you drop a follow because I post content like this daily.